Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is lesson, 17. We are measuring angles with a protractor. We're doing a whole lot of other things because these are the starred problems for lesson 17. So it's a lot of our new concepts, maybe some of the harder stuff. You'll find sometimes I throw in some non-starred problems that I've seen over the years that students have had issues with. So we're not getting away with anything here. This is all in full view of Mrs. Ross. And you can follow along on page 117. There's the written practice that has the starred and the non-starred problems. And that's in your Saxon Course 2 textbook. Let's get started. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Number 2, and number cube is rolled once. So whenever you see number cube, for some reason they don't use the word die or dice, like if you were playing a board game. I don't know if anyone does that anymore. But a fair-sided number cube or just a number cube is a regular dice. So what is the probability of rolling a 5? So we want the probability of rolling a 5. So these are the what we want over total. All of our total options when we roll a number cube are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's only one time we can get a 5. And then the total that we have to choose from is 6. So the probability of rolling a 5 is 1/6. What is the probability of not rolling a 5? So probability of not 5. Again, what we want is everything but the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 6. Number 3. There are 210 students involved in the first year PE class. If they are divided equally into 15 squads, how many students will be in each squad? Now this problem actually tells you exactly what to do, divided. So you're going to divide 210 by 15 on the handy dandy calculator. You're going to get 14 squads. All right, this is a lot, but we're going to take it one at a time, okay? And I may be doing some erasing, so just follow along with me, one problem at a time. Number 5, which of the following does not equal 1 1/3? Okay, so we're looking for equivalent fractions. 4/3. Okay, so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to popcorn this to see what it would be as an improper fraction. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4 over 3. So that's what it is as an equivalent fraction. So this equals it. 1 2/6, what they've done is they've multiplied this by 2, so that equals it. 5/3 does not equal it, and then how does this work? 1 1/3. 3 times what gives me 12? 4. So that equals it. So it's C. Let's change our colors here. I'm going to take a minute to... Okay, so we completed number 5, but I erased it so we can have room to do number 6. Number 6 says refer to the figure to the right, that's this one, to answer A through C. So which line is parallel? That means they are not touching to ST. So this one is ST. This line is touching ST, so it has to be QR. And you can write that like this because QR is a line, or RQ, because it goes on forever in both directions. Which line is perpendicular? Let me change colors. Which line is perpendicular? That means it makes a 90-degree angle to ST. So here's ST, and here's a 90-degree angle that it makes with RT. So we can write RT like this, because it's a line. It goes on forever in both directions, with this. And then C, angle QRT. Let me get another color here, because I don't want... QRT is how many degrees? Well, it's got this little square right here which tells us that it is 90 degrees. Okay, number 7. Write each number as a reduced fraction or mixed number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what number goes into 12 and 16. I think 4 goes into them. That's 3 divided by 4 is 4. And if you divide this by 2 and then divide it by 2 again, there's no shame in that at all. Here we've got a mixed number, so the 3 is going to kind of hang out while I figure out what goes into 12 and 18. I think 6 will work, maybe. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 18 divided by 6 is 3, and I don't want to lose my whole number. All right, 25% is 25 per 100. I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 25. I get 25 divided by 25 is 1. 100 divided by 25 is 4. Okay, let me change colors. Actually, I'm going to, I'll just change colors. I was going to erase, but we're on number 8. At the grocery store, Lynn put 5 apples in a bag and weighed them. The scale showed the weight to be 2 pounds and 8 ounces. What is the weight in ounces? So we already have part of the weight in ounces, but I'm going to need to convert pounds to ounces. And that's why we have our little thing over here. So here it is right here. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So if 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, then 2 pounds has to be equal to 2 times 16 is 32 ounces. And now I have to add the 8 that I already had. So 32 plus 8 equals 40 ounces of apples, and that is your answer. All right, I'm going to take a minute to erase that, so if you need to pause that to write that down, you're welcome to do so, and then we'll do number 9. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on number 9. Let's see if I can find a color here. Okay. Complete each equivalent fraction. Equivalent, again, fancy math word for same. A says 2 ninths is equal to what over 18? So 9 times what is 18? And then we multiply the top. So my answer is 4/18. 3 times what is 18? 6. Multiply the top. 6 times what is 18? 3. Multiply across the top. All right. 10 says use a protractor to draw a 30-degree angle, and I have a protractor here, but I can't move it in this view. So I'm going to pause, take this out of the view so that I can move that protractor around, or I guess we could just do it on here. So if I want a 30-degree angle, and I want to start on this line, that's my 0 right there. So I'm going to use 10, 20, 30. So it's going to be this line here, and that is my angle. Okay. 11. What factors of 20 are also factors of 50? So I'm going to have to do factors of 20. So I have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 3 doesn't go into it, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's it. Okay, so let's do 50. 1 and 50, 2 and 25, 3, no, 4, maybe. Here, let's see, 50 divided by 4. Nope. 5 works, obvi, because it's, where's the, I lost my little guy here. There we go. Sorry. 5 and 10. 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. So that's it. So it says, what factors, what are the common? These are common factors. What do they have in common? We have 1, we have 2, we have 5, we have 10. So 1, 2, 5, and 10 are my common factors. So what is the greatest or the largest common factor? That's going to be 10. All right, let's see here. So we have 3 and 5 6 minus 1 and 1 6. So 5 minus 1, because we do the fractions first, is 4. 6. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now I'm going to reduce this fraction, but we don't want to lose our 2. Okay? So I'm going to divide the top and bottom by 2. And here's the whole number. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, let's multiply 19 across the top. 1 times 2 is 2. And across the bottom, 2 times 3 is 6. And then we're going to reduce it. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, here we go. Let me change colors. So we're going to do what's in the parentheses first on 22. So I have 2 times 8 inches plus 16 inches is 14 inches. And then 2 times 14, and I know this is times because there's no operation. There's no addition, subtraction, multiplication, that's times. So this is 28 inches. 23. 3/4 inches plus 3/4. So 3 plus 3 is equal to 6/4 inches. Let's go ahead and reduce that by dividing. 4 goes into 6, 1 and 2/4, and then we're going to need to reduce that. So we keep our 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Let's change colors. 15/16 inches minus 3/16. So 15 minus 3 is equal to 12. And then I'm going to divide, let's see, 4 goes into both of them. 4 into 12 3 times, 4 into 16 4 times, and that's inches. I think this is inches over here too. I didn't bring my units. All right, 25. We're multiplying these 3 fractions, so we're going to multiply across the top. I do realize it's not starred. 1 times 4 is 4, times 9 is 36. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. And when I divide this out, I get 3. All right, last 3 problems. Write a word problem about parts of a whole that fits this equation. Okay, let's see. 85% of the junior high likes donuts. What percent of junior high does not like donuts? Who doesn't like a donut? Grief. Okay. All right, 29. Also unstarred, I realize that. Write 3 3/3 is an improper fraction, and then write its reciprocal. So we have 2 steps. So 3 3/4. To write that as an improper fraction, we popcorn it, times, add. 4 times 3 is 12. Whoops. Plus 3 is 15 over 4. And then it says take the reciprocal of it. So we're going to flip it. And that's our answer to 29. And let me change colors because I kind of ran into, okay. Find a fraction equal to 3/4 with the denominator of 8. Step 1. Add the fraction to 5/8. 2. Write the sum as a mixed number. 3. So we've got several steps in here. So let's do the first step. So we're trying to write 3/4 with a denominator of 8. 4 times what gives me 8? 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So we did the first step. And then we're supposed to add the fraction to 5/8. So 6 plus 5 is 11. We leave the denominator. So we did step 2. It says write the sum as a mixed number. So where's my, okay, so we're going to divide. That's an 8. Good gravy. 1 3/8 is our answer. And that's our last problem. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great day.